The fragile yet complex relationships between land, water, and urban development are essential in understanding our dependency on infrastructure and mobility. And time plays a critical role in this partnership. Mastering and balancing the forces of nature with technological advancements and human energy enable our civilization, its progress, and its ability to sustain itself. In the late 19th century, the Second Industrial Revolution empowered cities to find distinctive identities and unique reasons for their growth. New forms of connectivity moved us forward. It was during this era in our nation's history that a Polish-born, Paris-trained engineer would make his mark on America. It was a long journey across the Atlantic, but Ralph and his family were not going to miss this centennial party. A World's Fair with a national celebration of independence. America's symbol of industrial progress. The curious 15-year-old boy stood in Machinery Hall at last, staring at the massive iron and steel before him. Transfixed, his beating heart could not keep up with the sights and sounds of moving parts all around him. Yet it was a California frontier that would soon consume him, enriched with theater, art, and music. His mother had been the star of the Polish stage. The family had left Krakow and their homeland far behind. Helena prepared for her initiation into the American theater with Ralph by her side.
I played her Chopin nocturnes. Chopin helped my mother bring out the poetic qualities in Shakespeare, while she rehearsed and created characters.
Dolce and I began to learn English with an energy verging on frenzy. Every minute was turned to profit.
And made a glorious debut in the Golden City. She launched an expansive theatrical career in the United States with Ralph as her advance man. Her tremendous success, wealth, and international connections would enable her to fulfill one of her deepest desires. She would provide her only son with a first-rate education in the cultural capital of the world, preparing him for the modern era.
My first engineering entrance exam was a failure. There were 100 applicants and only 25 places. I passed 27th on the list and was rejected with a great chagrin. I decided to abandon the prospect of being an engineer and to devote my attention to becoming a professional pianist. For 8 months, I studied the instrument.
While living in Paris, Ralph Majewski played the piano intensely 6 to 8 hours a day. Deeply contemplating his future, he decided to retake the exams, passing 4th on the list. His academic studies were a time of phenomenal scientific growth. It was also about the expansion of the mind. In 1885, Ralph graduated from l'École des Ponts et Chaussées at the top of his class.
The leading theories and structures throughout the 1800s all came out of people who either went to that school or were taught at that school. The advances in, at that time, the use of iron in structures, both steel and in the Eiffel Tower, most obviously. They were leading the world at the time.
Now, this whole idea of manifest destiny, of joining the two oceans, becomes alive in both Canada and the United States. And all these dreams begin.
The Transcontinental Railroad would unite North America, making its settlement and progress indispensable. No other nation's economy would grow so fast.